Shanghai, Reuters. Daniel Ricciardo made a series of thrilling overtaking moves to grab a surprise Chinese Grand Prix victory on Sunday after a safety car strategy bet by his Red Bull team paid off handsomely.
The Australian, who started 6th after almost lost qualifying, made the most of more adorable tyres to finish 8.8 minutes before Valtteri Bottas in a Mercedes.
"I don't seem to win barring races," he grinned from the podium, before chugging the champagne from his racing boot in a trademark shoey.
"They are all pretty fun, but that was unexpected." Kimi Räikkönen took third place for Ferrari, but title contenders Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel both entered trying afternoons, the 4-times world champions ending up 4th and 8th respectively.
"I was in no man's land today," said Hamilton. "I had no pace."
Vettel, who won the first 2 races of the season for Ferrari, saw his lead over Hamilton slashed from 17 points to 9.
The German's race unraveled spectacularly, a collision with Red Bull's Max Verstappen dropping him down the order, after the pre-race favorite had initially made a good start from pole and held the early lead.
Verstappen had a 10 seconds penalty applied post-race for causing the collision, dropping the Dutch youngster from 4th to 5th.
Vettel was also passed by the McLaren of Fernando Alonso 2 laps from the end.
Ricciardo's mechanics had performed a minor miracle to change a blown engine after practice on Saturday, getting him out just in time during the first phase of qualifying.
"Putting ourselves 24 hours ago, I thought we might be starting at the back of the grid," said the Australian. "Today is the real reward for that work." Sunday's win was Ricciardo's first since a chaotic Azerbaijan Grand Prix last June, and it also broke Mercedes' Shanghai stranglehold, with the champions having won the last 6 races there.
Mercedes are yet to win this year, the first time since the turbo hybrid era started in 2014 that they have been beaten for 3 races in a row.
Ricciardo and Verstappen were not early contenders, but the deployment of a safety car on the 32nd of 56 laps, after the Toro Rosso pair Pierre Gasly and Brendan Hartley collided and left debris on track, swung the race Red Bull's way.
Bottas was in the lead at that stage ahead of Vettel, having overhauled the German during the pit stops, while Verstappen was 4th and Ricciardo 6th.
Red Bull pulled both their cars into the pits, double stacking them and bolting a set of fresh soft tires on each. The advantage of fresh tires allowed Verstappen and Ricciardo to scythe through the field.
"The safety car was so unlucky for us," exclaimed Bottas over the radio. Verstappen botched his chances of victory, and a possible 1-2 for Red Bull, with scrappy attempts to overtake the main title contenders.
The Dutchman ran wide and dropped back behind Ricciardo when trying to pass Hamilton, and later spun his Red Bull and Vettel's Ferrari while attempting to pass the German for 3rd, an error he owned up to afterwards.
Renault's Nico Hülkenberg finished 6th for Renault, ahead of Alonso, whose aggressive overtaking move on Vettel was noted by stewards.
Spaniard Carlos Sainz was 9th for Renault, with Kevin Magnussen rounding out the top 10 for Haas.